When you hear these haunting 911 calls, they will send shivers down your spine. It was Christmas Eve in Pennsylvania when a mother called her husband and told him she wanted a divorce. She then took their 2 kids and drove off. The man was so angry he got into his car and started driving after them. He eventually caught up to his wife and began banging on the window. She called the cops, but before they arrived, he had taken something very precious away from her. These are the final moments. Hi, I'm your host, and today we're going to look at haunting 911 calls capture families' final moments in Pennsylvania. First off, this is not just a family drama. This is one of the most disturbing cases ever, so viewer discretion is advised. Now let's go back to November 28, 2014. In Pennsylvania, a woman called her husband and told him she wanted a divorce. After hanging up, she got into her car with their 2 young children, 8-year-old Leilani and 5-year-old Prince. They then drove off. Her husband was absolutely furious. "You have to be an idiot to leave me and the kids. I'll show you." So the enraged dad got into his car and started driving after his wife. For over an hour, they drove around different roads until the husband finally caught up with his wife. He then began banging on her car window. But when she didn't answer, he started smashing in the windows. When they finally shattered, he pulled the kids out of the car and drove off with them. That's when the mother called the cops. She told them her ex-husband had just kidnapped their children. She was crying. She said he was our only hope. Then she hung up. As the mother waited for the cops, she tried calling her husband multiple times. It went straight to voicemail. She then called her father, who lived close by. She asked if he could take care of the kids. They were probably hungry. But before her dad could respond, she screamed, "Oh my God," and the phone disconnected. The cops received the call at 6:32 p.m. It came from the mother. An operator answered, 911. "What's the address of the emergency?" At this point, you can hear her children screaming in the background. "Daddy took my babies." The mother begins explaining what happened. "My ex-husband just broke out my window. My ex-husband just abducted my kids. My ex-husband just broke out my window and took my kids while they were in the car." The operator says, "Okay, ma'am, stay on the line with me." As the mother tries to calm down, she can be heard saying, "I don't know where he's going. Please hurry up." The operator asks her if she knows which direction her ex-husband took off in, but she doesn't. She just keeps saying, "I don't know." At this point, the kids start screaming again, and she says, "I don't want them to get hurt. Please hurry up." The operator says, "Ma'am, do you know what street he turned onto?" Still, she has no idea and says, "I don't know." Then she says, "Please hurry up." The operator asks again, "What street did this happen on? Where did you last see your husband?" But she doesn't have that information. Instead, she says, "They're going to be dead. They're going to be dead. Please hurry up. Oh my God." Then everything goes quiet. The operator must have been asking more questions, but she never answered. Cops later found out that she had actually called 911 twice before. The first time she called, she asked for police protection because her estranged husband had threatened to kill her. The second time she called, she complained about her husband harassing her and the kids. But both times the cops closed the cases without even investigating. As the call continued, the operator asked if anyone else was inside the house with her. She said it was just her and the kids. "Is anyone else there with you at this time?" "No, it's just me and my kids." The operator then asked if she can verify her address. "Okay, can you give me your exact address, please?" There's a long pause. "Can you give me your exact address, please?" Once again, there's a pause and she says, "I don't know." Then she screams, "He took my kids. He took my kids." The operator stayed on the line with her, trying to keep her calm. But this was becoming a nightmare. The operator says, "Ma'am, I need you to take a deep breath for me." She screams, "Oh my God." Then the line goes dead. But here's where it gets worse. Cops later checked the 911 recordings and realized that after she hung up the phone, she called back and said, "Please send the cops right away. Please, please, please send the cops right away." But the call was dropped. When the operator tried calling her back, there was no answer. An hour after the first call, cops finally tracked down the estranged husband. They found him in a hotel room with the kids, but it was too late. Both kids had been strangled and were lying lifeless on the bed. Their dad had killed them and then cut off their heads. The cops immediately arrested the dad. They charged him with 2 counts of first-degree murder and 2 counts of third-degree murder. Police also found text messages between the parents. Before taking the kids, the mom sent a series of texts to her husband. She wrote, "You're going to pay. Don't think I won't leave you, you dirty animal. You won't be able to find me. I'm gone for good. Goodbye." He replied, "If you really leave me, I'll kill you and the kids. We'll all die together." She then wrote, "Don't play games with me. I'm really leaving you. I deserve better than you. So goodbye." She had had enough of his abuse and decided to leave him, but he wouldn't let her. He showed up at the house and smashed in the windows. He then took their kids away from her. And as she sat on the floor crying, he sent her text messages saying, "I told you I'd kill you if you left me." The dad then called 911 himself and told the operator what he had done. The call was recorded. He said, "Hi, I need to report a crime. I believe I just killed my wife and my kids." "I'm sorry." The operator asked him to repeat what he said. "I'm sorry, did you say that you killed somebody?" "Yeah, I killed my wife and my kids. I'm sorry." The operator then asked him what his name was. "It's my fault. I'm sorry." Then the operator asked him to step outside and wait for the cops. "Sir, I need you to step outside where I can hear you. Okay?" "Yeah." He then stepped outside and waited for the cops to arrive. To make matters even worse, this dad had a history of violence. Back in 2011, he was arrested after assaulting the same wife he killed in 2014, according to court records. He choked her and hit her with his fist in a belt. He also threatened to kill her with a gun. But shockingly, all charges against him were dropped. After hearing all this, people were outraged. Why didn't the cops investigate the prior incidents? Why did they drop the charges against him? And why didn't the 911 operator ask for the description of the vehicle the kids were in? Maybe if they had asked for that information, the cops might have found the kids alive, but unfortunately it was too late. The kids were already dead. A neighbor of the family said, "It's sad. It's very sad. It's sad that those babies lost their lives and may not get justice because he took his own life. That's because the dad took his own." It's life in jail in 2015. He died by hanging. He was serving a life sentence without parole. One day after the murders, the mother released a statement. She said, "This has been the worst experience of my life. I am grieving the loss of my two beautiful children and trying to hold it together for my family. My heart is broken. I miss my babies so much." Sadly, this story doesn't have a happy ending. Two innocent kids lost their lives. They were only 8 and 5 years old. But what do you think? Do you think the 911 operator made mistakes? Would you have acted differently? Let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, stay tuned for more content. Have a great day.